Well, it rained quite a bit last night, and yet the mice are still active. So, not getting an early start, but that's all right, because I'm trying to do 15 a day. Got my coffee drink and morning business done, so getting ready to break camp and get going. Hopefully I'll get some sunshine, stop and dry out the tent at some point. Thermometer on my pack said 40 while it was in the tent. Once I started getting it open and I'm not in there making heat anymore, thermometer says 30, and the water on the tent's starting to freeze. Well, I'm actually not doing too bad on getting out of camp. It just felt like I was moving slow. I'm going to be playing the layers game today. Stop, take off a layer. Hopefully I'm not stopping to put the poncho on. I'm ready to get going. About 3.5 miles of almost 500 foot per mile. Coming up from there. Sun's starting to come out. Going up there. About a half mile, or about a half hour, so about a mile in. I already took off a layer. I've still got 2 more miles of up, but somebody coming down that had camped up at Cutthroat Ridge, or Cutthroat Pass, said that it snowed on them last night. There's several campsites in this area. There's a lot of people up here in tents looking cold. Going up that way. Coming up from there. Going up that way. Cold from up there, and I've been in a lot of wind. Started getting cold on the north face without any sun and that wind. So I put on my puffy. I'm going down that way. And then I'm going to go along that side over there. So hopefully I'll get some sunshine. And I think that's Metho Pass. Either that one there, that might be Granite Pass, and then Metho Pass is over there. So go down a little bit, go up a bit, and then I'll have a big downhill. All right, going this way. Coming from over there. And in some places, there's not just a whole lot of trail left. There, coming up from down there, and it's looking misty over there, and that's the way I'm heading. Going uphill again. It's steep. Downhill was nice while it lasted. Going up, and that wasn't mist, that was snow. Coming up from that way. This is Metho Pass, Methow, whatever. I'm coming from over there. Talked to somebody. Apparently this is called larch. I thought they were dead and dying, and they're just one of the few coniferous trees to change color and lose their needles. And I'm here in the 2-week time period whenever I get to see it, so it's pretty cool. Going that way. So it's 1 o'clock. I'm starting the, I don't know, like 4 miles of downhill, then a few miles of just almost flat, you know, little ups and little downs. And that pass would have been a great spot to dry out my tent, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get any sunshine today. Which means getting there early and seeing if I can get it to dry once I'm at my campsite. I sent my heavy 15-degree bag home. I've got my summer weight quilt, so I think I need to sleep at lower elevations. Starting the downhill, I stopped to put my puffy back on, and the snow started coming down in big, fat, fluffy flakes. And today's just been flying by. I can't believe already halfway over. Even with the cold and all that, if you have really pretty views, man, I'm happy. And I think I'm going to have a campfire. Last night I successfully patched the leaks in my air pad, and I made a mess of it, but I think I've got this patch too. Coming from up there, whenever I get into a clearing, quite a bit more snow falls on me. Heading down there. I'm under 500 or 5,000 foot now, and the snow's slowly turning into drizzle. So before long, I might have to either put the poncho on over the puffy or swap the puffy out for the poncho. So this is kind of funny because I thought that I was going to have today and tomorrow of being sunny weather, and that this was going to start up around Wednesday whenever I was just getting into Canada. So now I'm very curious as to what tomorrow and Wednesday are going to be like. Coming from over there, and the trail's been pretty brushy. Everything's soaking wet, and so are the lower halves of my legs from the knee down. But got a little bit of a view. Coming from that way, and I've got some sunshine. Now let's see if you can see any of this. Going that way. Here's some rocks. Well, again, it's a little bit earlier than I would normally make camp, but I've done 16 miles. My friend that I met yesterday was already here, just trying to stay dry. It's not the levelest spot, but it's fairly flat. So I'm going to set up here, see about making a fire, maybe drying out some gear. Be great. I'll tighten this pitch. As you can see, yeah, it's still pretty wet. Whenever it froze, I was actually able to break a lot of it off. This camp spot is great that it's sheltered from the wind. Except without any breeze, I'm not going to be able to get a lot of drying done. You can see everything's wet. It's actually not too bad in here the way I had it rolled up. Got these rocks good and hot in the fire. I'm going to use them to try to make a little warm airflow through the tent. Maybe get it to dry a little bit better. Making progress on getting things dry, and then it'll start sprinkling for a little while. But we're getting the important stuff dried. We're smoked anyway, so the outside of the tent is not getting dry because it keeps raining. So I've taken my poncho, made a little shelter so I can sit by the fire, try to dry my pants, maybe try to dry my shoes.